Hey guys, Anders here, welcome back to another video. In today's video, it is Battlefield 2042 Update 3.1. I'll be going over each and every single thing you need to know about this update, and funnily enough, some important changes are actually not listed within this update, because Drunksy himself stated that we'll get to know more information about those changes tomorrow. As always, before we get into the video, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you want to be informed on everything Battlefield 2042 moving forward. I post videos on a regular basis, and I stream every single day at twitch.tv/enders. First link in the description. Been seeing a ton of people come through there, so hey, thank you guys for that. And thank you guys for hitting almost 36,000 subs already. I mean, it's just, you guys are wild. Now, first things first here with this update, they take a quick second to actually confirm that there isn't going to be some gigantic downtime period with zero new content between this update and the end of January update. In between this, they're doing another mid-season event, and they tease it with this screenshot right here. So it'll be this update, which is coming out the day this video is released, the mid-season event in a couple weeks, and then the other update at the end of January. One of the bigger things in this update is the Manifest rework, and I do have to say the Manifest rework just kind of looks like Manifest, but slightly different. I don't think that this is going to play that much differently. There does seem to be some more cover in areas that were lacking previously, but all in all, I think this is definitely the most underwhelming map rework, but I guess I'll have to play it to see if they changed areas that they maybe didn't screenshot to show us. We'll just have to wait and see. You can comment down below if you've already played the reworked Manifest. Let me know how it is. Now, another big thing they're doing is continuing the Vault weapons. We're getting 3 new Vault weapons with the Battlefield 3 M416, the Battlefield 3 M240B light machine gun, and the Battlefield 3 M93R burst fire sidearm. So those are 3 very welcome additions to the game. The LMG category still has less weapons compared to some of the other categories, so it's nice to see a light machine gun. I just hope that these weapons are actually useful from the start and they don't have to have any sort of rebalancing done to them. Now, that is it for the content for this patch, but let's move on to the patch notes itself. I'll just go through it by section and try to list the most important changes here. We will start with the gameplay improvement section. Right off the bat, you are now able to dynamically change the zoom radius of the minimap via a keybind. This has pretty much always been a thing from when I played Battlefield. You used to be able to hit the N key on your keyboard, and that could zoom between like 50 meters, 100 meters, 150, so you'll be able to do that with 2042 now. They apparently improved hit registration against soldiers on moving platforms or vehicles. And here are some big changes here. Further improvements to improve responsiveness around weapon deploy and undeploy animations, aiming down sight, sprint traversal, and reduce the time around enter soldier movement speeds. These changes will be particularly felt on animations. This is going to, I think, remedy some of the delayed reloads that people might be experiencing with some of the Battlefield 3 weapons, and it should improve the overall responsiveness of things. And there's some more responsiveness changes below that. They improved responsiveness on transitioning into movement from standing still. Here's one change that is fairly vague, and I hope it isn't what I think it is. Making hit reactions more pronounced to improve the shooting experience. I'm not entirely sure what that means. It could mean, like, flinch or something? I don't know. We'll have to see how the game plays tomorrow. And lastly, in the general section, they did a bunch of changes to blood. They fixed an issue with blood splatter not appearing. They also added blood mist elements to when you hit people to further confirm that you hit them, just to make it easier to see. So when you shoot people in the game now, they should just basically explode. Before we move on to the map section, if you're enjoying the video or find this informative at all, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Also, join the Discord. Link is in the description. Now, the map section, they adjusted capture zones on renewal for sectors A and B to encourage a smoother flow of gameplay as an attacker, and a big one for Kaleidoscope. They've completely removed the C1 and G1 capture points on Conquest Large. Their reasoning for this is they merged the subsequent capture area into nearby capture points. The win rate was balanced towards one side unfairly with Kaleidoscope, and they hope these changes will help remedy that. On Stranded, they adjusted ticket count to encourage a slightly longer duration of match time, and the Defender HQ has been moved closer to the flag on Breakthrough for the last sector. On Manifest, they fixed an issue that would allow grenades to fall through the entire map, thus rendering them useless. On Spearhead, they made improvements to the performance of the map. They changed some things around on the rush layouts, and they fixed an issue where the kill cam transition to deploy screen showed the whole interior of the building when dying inside of C2 and E1 buildings. So, I don't even know how that bug was reported, but it's fixed now. Moving on to the weapons section, two massive changes here. MP412 Rex and AKS-74U have both seen the exact same change, and the change is, these weapons should now have their, quote, intended rate of fire. They don't specify whether these weapons' rate of fires were lower or higher than the intended rate, but now they should be firing how they should have been the entire time. And at the very bottom here, a big change, they have updated several elements of their weapons to improve the overall, in quotation marks, feel of them. They say this includes work across all of the reload animations, and this should affect every single weapon across the entire game. And in their words, it should make them feel a lot snappier and responsive. So if that actually is true, that's very welcome. In the vehicle section, this section is overwhelmingly miscellaneous when it comes to changes, but there are a few very important ones, namely for Nightbird pilots. They have lowered the, quote, ground pull effect and tweaked the force of it. So for you pilots that feel like you were getting sucked to the ground, you literally were, and hopefully this has changed. Lastly, a very important change for the vehicle players here, active protection systems, or the APS system, no longer block damage from C5 or AT mines. Previously, you could activate APS and just sort of drive over AT mines, or activate APS when there's C5 on you as soon as he detonated it, and you would actually not die, but now you will. In the specialist and gadget section, this section is filled with things that are so miscellaneous that there's nothing worth even mentioning. I will link the patch notes below if you want to read through that. Trust me, there is literally nothing interesting. In the audio section, they have added hit reaction camera shake and bullet damage sound polish. So I guess they polished some of the aspects of getting shot in the game. On top of this, they have added airstrike voiceover lines for when you're getting bombed by the stealth heli. Your characters will now say something, and McKay probably has the most irritating voice line, so get ready to hear that in the background of my YouTube videos constantly. In Portal, they basically added all the Season 3 stuff. They added the Season 3 map, Battle Pass stuff, weapons, vehicles, all that sort of stuff. And lastly, in the progression and XP section, they have increased the XP from successfully destroying an MCOM in Rush. They have made changes to solo and co-op XP. They have enabled ribbons, but only at 40% XP value. They have doubled round actions XP cap, but each action gives 50% reduced XP. In Rush, the scoreboard now shows the correct objective icon for attackers and defenders. And they fixed an issue with the wrong unlock requirement we displayed on attachments. So that is it for this video, guys. That is Battlefield 2042 Update 3.1. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Twitch, first link in the description. Join the Discord, and I will see you guys later.